It's coffee time, y'all. It's me, John, and this is Mama from Coffee Time with John and Momma. If you're not following us on Facebook, head on over to our page. Hit the like, hit the follow, hit the share, and we will cook a little bit. So let's talk. Let's talk about what we're doing tonight. Mama, you going to tell what you're doing tonight?
Oh, you're going to do it mostly. Tomato gravy.
I ain't doing it.
Yeah, we're going to work together with it.
We're having tomato gravies. Mama's got the tomatoes peeled and put in this bowl. We're not doing a big batch. It's just the two of us. Tomato gravy you can eat the next day, but we never do, so we don't want to have a lot left over. But before I start with the tomato gravy, I'm going to start supper for tomorrow night.
And I'm going over here and get this grease hot and get my flour in it.
Okay, Mama, you get your grease. I've got the hot plate. You can transfer it over here while I show them what I'm doing for supper tomorrow night. Sometimes you have to plan ahead a whole day. You have to be prepared. And I've got out the old marinator. This is the small one. Tupperware has them. They're not on, well, they could be. I don't know. I've not checked today. Sometimes I put stuff out that I don't know about right away. But anyway, this is the small marinator. And what you do is you put the food in here, put the lid on it. It seals tight all the way around, and you flip it back and forth. When you get in there to get a drink of water, flip your marinade. When you get in there to get the next drink of water or whatever, flip it the other way. So you do that until you get ready to cook it. Tomorrow night we decide we're having some kind of chicken. So I know we're going to have, here's some chicken tenders. And this says, we got this back in May. It's 2 chicken breasts cut into tenders. So this is equivalent of 2 chicken tenders. I'm just going to put it right in here and tilt you down. Now I'm not going to touch any raw chicken, folks. This is all clean. And I'm just going to dump this right in here. It's already been washed in this little bag. It's already been taken care of. And I'm just going to fold it right up and put it right over here in the garbage bowl. Now my chicken's in here, and now I'm just going to mix it around. I'm going to have something to touch.
You want a fork?
Fork probably the best, Mama. Mama, that's getting hot now. No doubt about it. So I will take this fork and just pull this around because I want a single. Oh, I know what the problem is. It's still a little frozen right there in the center. So this is just 2 chicken breasts, 2 full chicken breasts that we sliced up into chicken tenders. We do that often. Instead of buying chicken tenders, we just kind of make our own. Now all I'm going to do to this is, I'm going to lay that fork there in case I need it in a minute. I'm going to add a little bit of Italian dressing. This is just our store brand Zesty Italian. I've used different kind of Italians. I don't find that it really matters. It just, the oil and vinegar and the spices is just really good on the chicken. Shake it up good, and this has got a squirt, so I'm just going to make sure I cover each piece really good. This is our main liquid. No, all I'm going to use now is a little bit of lemon juice. You can use a whole lemon.
You want to put them over here. I'll get this gravy part started.
Mama's impatient. Here we go, Mama.
I've got oil in the skillet. It's not hardly over the whole bottom, but not oil. What have I got in here? Baking grease.
Bacon grease.
Bacon grease. Now I'm just going to add some flour. I think that should be about equal amounts, don't you?
Looks like it's working out good.
Yeah, I'm going to stir that. And you can go ahead and talk on your part while I...
Oh, go ahead, Mama. They'll be wanting to see you.
This is all I'm going to do is just keep it till it browns a little. You got to cut up the tomatoes anyway, so...
Okay, back over here. We'll finish this project. So here's the chicken. And it's just got the Italian dressing over it. And I just use this right here. And I'm going to put the equivalent of 1 lemon in here. You want to first squeeze lemon. You can squeeze a fresh one, or you can just do like I'm doing. And this is maybe even a little bit more than what the squeezing one would get me. But that's just enough lemon to do the job. Then this is just lemon pepper. And you can use whatever brand or whatever you want. This is McCormick. And I'm just going to cover it all with McCormick lemon pepper. And I'm just covering every piece of chicken Just like that. Now it's going to be shaken back and forth all evening and tomorrow too. So this will all cover wonderfully. Put that in the... And this is how you do, folks. You just put the lid on it. Mama lets in, and then I'm going to shake it back and forth. Back over to Mama. Mama, show them the gravy.
I'm just getting it a little brown, not brown as I do breakfast gravy, but a little. I snuffed the pepper down my throat.
You already put pepper in it?
I just sprinkled it like I did the salt a little.
So how much?
I never measured, just a few sprinkles.
So just
like
tell them again. Let's review because we flip back and forth. So what have you got in there, and what are you?
I've got bacon grease and this spoon about of flour, about equal amounts, and then I sprinkle just pepper over the top of it and a little salt like you do breakfast gravy or do your potatoes or anything, whatever part you like to taste. And that's it. And I'm just stirring it, letting it cook a little to get the brown a little here. It makes you think I need a speck more flour. That thinned out really a lot.
It's not thickening?
I thought that was enough flour, but I don't believe it's going to hardly be.
Is the stove hot enough to...
I'm going to take it over here and see if that is it or not. Just a few minutes while they watch it.
It's not boiling either, so I'm
No,
looking at
it's
it.
going to have to boil a little.
Alright, so back over here, we're going to fix these tomatoes. Now I'm going to have to pour some of them back in here, so I'm going to go ahead and set these out. And then we'll put these back. These are garden tomatoes, or some of these probably came from the farmer's market. We assume they're all garden. We thought maybe there was some hothouse ones mixed in there, but they taste better than hothouse. It could just be a variety of tomato. And I'm just chunking these up. I'm not doing any rhyme or reason on them. Just basically slice and dice. And you definitely 100% can. Tastes just about as good. Use canned diced tomatoes from your store. I do that in the summer or in the winter when I'm really wanting tomato gravy and don't have any other choice. So I get the petite diced ones most of the time. And we'll mix this up with a little bit of tomato gravy, and we'll have it that way. And it tastes wonderful. I wouldn't care a bit to make it for, with that, because there's really not a great deal of difference in it, because you're putting other things in it. You got the flour, you got the bacon grease, you've got a lot of flavor profiles going in there on top of this freshly diced tomato. I'm going to put this one in here. Like I said, we're not making a huge amount. It don't take a huge amount, but we're not making a huge amount anyway. We're just making, this was 1, 2, 5 tomatoes, and Mama cut quite a bit off this one. So
2 of them were small.
2 of them are small. So if you have 2 or 3 tomatoes, you're good. These are small. But this is good old-fashioned tomato gravy. Delicious. Now these, like Mama, like she said, she has peeled these. We don't do the peeling. That peeling just kind of rolls up and makes kind of like plastic. You're gonna have problems chewing the peeling because it's just like plastic. See how that wonderful juice it's making? That's going to be your tomato gravy. It's that juice and the tomatoes together makes a beautiful meal. Now you can eat this however you want to. We do use it as a side item. We're not having anything else tonight, so I guess this is our main course tonight. We will probably eat it with toast. We'll probably just toast and bread. Mama, what are you going to eat this with?
Probably just tomato gravy. I might eat a piece of toast with it.
Now let's go back over here.
Now this is cooked.
It had to boil. Did you add anything to it while you was over there?
No, I just boiled it down till it would.
So you want it to be, that brown, just like you're making now. Right now, if you were making breakfast gravy or milk gravy, we would add half a can of evaporated milk and half a can of water. Or some people just add straight up milk, or some people would add just water.
I'm going to go ahead and pour these in here and let them start getting warm.
Drop your tomatoes right in there. Now these, like cabbage and other things, will cook down. The bacon grease or some kind of flavored grease is going to be key in this. If you're frying bacon, it's a good time to make tomato gravy. Or if you want to save your drippings, save it and make it either way.
That's cooled it one down. I'm going to have to.
I think you're on the cool down.
Yeah, let's see if I'll let
Here,
it
don't
cool.
leave yet.
Gotta get me some juice started.
Here's a little bit.
Oh, thank goodness for you. Okay, I'm gonna.
And that's
Got it all.
not a lot of juice, but a little bit.
May have to add water if this don't get hot enough.
You can add a little water. It don't hurt a thing. You just don't want to water it down till there's no flavor. But you certainly can add a little water to stretch that tomato out. And I'm going to clean up my mess as I go. Let's see what you all are up to.
You're a good fella.
I try hard, Mama. What are y'all up to? Never have heard of tomato gravy before. Maureen, I think we've made it on here a time or two, but it's been a year or so back. We have it every year. We used to have it more often than we do now, in the summertime especially, but we haven't had as much here lately. But it is a wonderful dish, for sure. Dumb question, but what's the best way to peel the tomatoes? Wanda, the absolute best way is to boil you a little pot of water, get you a spider or a slotted spoon, anything you can dip with without getting burnt. A spider is just that big wire mass ladle that strains water quickly. Anyway, boil your water, dip your tomatoes in there for about 5 seconds, pull them out, and just peel that off. We didn't do that tonight, and I'll tell you why. Because the tomatoes we used, all of them had little spots on them and stuff, so Mama just peeled them with a knife, and that's the reason some of them was cut up.
I usually put them in hot water if they've got any spots.
If they have spots, Mama, don't do the hot water thing. But if it's a good, fresh, pretty tomato and you're ready to can a whole bushel of them, definitely use the hot water. It's so easy to peel them. I've seen people peel potatoes that way too. Only I think you have to leave them a little bit longer than 5 seconds. Love some, I missed that word. Meat gravy? Milk gravy? I can't see what you said. Sorry. I can't find y'all. Thank you for the stars, Joanne. Florida. You have those all the time in Florida. Says super sounds delicious. Supper sounds delicious, Mary. It will be. It's just going to be plain old tomato gravy. But we're going to enjoy it. Hey, Cindy, how are you? Never heard of tomato gravy. It's delicious. In Texas, we don't make that, but I love tomatoes. Well, you would love this. We're going to show you the finished product in just a second here, Heather. It's delicious. That's what I was thinking. My mama blanched them. Vinda, that's what... So who said that? Wanda. That's what Mama does. She blanches them. Thank you, Joanne, for the stars. I made a pot of roast this evening. Sandy, I was thinking about that earlier. It's not hot. It's not cold. It's really hot here. It's still 80. I tell you, she has made her temperature a lot smaller. I know she has. I can't read her anymore. I didn't say her name. Thank goodness. Mama, what's that temperature say? My eyes won't even.
88.
It's 88. It's 7:34. Now, you know it's been hot today. And not only has it been hot, the heat index has been outrageous and it's been a little humid. I'm looking for some storms this evening.
It got real dark.
Hey, Stacy from Knoxville, Tennessee. How are you? Hey, Linda Thomas Stewart. How are you? Hi, from Mississippi. Hi, John and Momma. Jules, do you make tomato gravy? Do you make tomato gravy? Pasta for dinner. Chicken and veggies and pasta. That sounds good. Yummy tomato gravy. I love it. Thank you, Shirley Jones. Shirley, you know all about this tomato gravy stuff. Good evening. Hello, Danielle. How are you? Danielle, how are you? Let's see. We had homemade pizza. Oh, that sounds good, Marilyn. Ginger, Chesapeake, Virginia. Not sure I would like tomato gravy. Virginia. Why am I having such a hard time? Because I've got only two notices coming up tonight. If you like tomatoes, you'll like it. Because it tastes like good old tomatoes. Someone said last night they didn't like hot tomatoes, but they did like cold tomatoes. You might not like this if you don't like a hot tomato. Chopped tomatoes, Cindy, and avocado. That sounds good too. Hey, Misty, it's great over rice. Yes, Misty, we've had it over rice before. It's great over mashed potatoes too. Hi from Maryland. Hey, Barb. Hey, Cindy. I love scalloped tomatoes. Cindy, this is totally not like scalloped tomatoes. Not like we fix them. Well, thank you for those stars. Amy Summers, thank you for that. That is so kind of you. Tanya from Thompsonville, Kentucky. I can turn it back on.
It's not. Turn it back here.
Mama's took it over to the big stove. She's back. So this is what it's looking like. Now those were all peeled, and they're chunky. I made them chunky, but if you used iced petite can, they won't be quite that chunky. But these will cook right on down. The longer you let them cook, the smoother it'll get.
I don't like it just pure thin.
No, we like some chunks. We like to taste the tomato. You made a skillet full, Mama.
Well, I peeled them and you cut them up, and I didn't think that many would be in that little bowl. It didn't look like that much.
I just work for you, Mama.
I know it.
I'm just your sous chef. Whatever you hand me to cut up, I cut up.
Well, did you think you'd make it overfull?
Well,
because it's cooked down?
I did think it would make quite a bit, because when you chunk them, it makes more, takes up more room.
Yeah, but it's really, you see that thickening from that flour.
So tell them, Mama, go over the whole recipe in case someone just jumped on.
I used about 2 tablespoons of oil, and about the same amount of flour, and salt and pepper. Just sprinkle it like if whatever you're used to eating on potatoes or anything like that. And then the tomatoes was peeled and cut up, chunked up, and I got the flour and the bacon grease. I cooked it, the salt and pepper, till it was turning just a real light brownish color or beigey color, and then add the cut up tomatoes, and that's all it is. And you just cook it till it's down, and you can see that flour that's in there and that bacon grease. It's made like a thick gravy.
Now, Mama said oil. She meant bacon grease. She put 2
grease.
tablespoons of bacon grease, 2 tablespoons of flour, salt and pepper to taste, about 4 tomatoes, but you just make it according to your family. And you peel your tomatoes. You can either blanch them or you can peel them with a knife, depending on if they get spots on them or not. And you just let it, just make it just like your morning milk gravy.
Here, I'm going to leave that with you a minute.
And then you let this boil and you're done. And that's delicious. You're what?
Get me a napkin.
This is the beautiful tomato gravy. It's thick, it's delicious. It's got, you can taste that bacony flavor in there. I recommend bacon drippings. You can buy bacon drippings in the store, or you can just fry up a couple pieces of bacon and let it render out, and then have your tomato gravy.
And if you don't want to use so much bacon grease by itself, put oil in it, and you'll still like a
tablespoon of
oil or something, and you'll mix it like half and half, and you'll still have the bacon flavor, but you won't have the solid stuff so much.
Use a tablespoon of vegetable oil or avocado oil, and then a tablespoon of good bacon drippings.
Yeah.
That'll cut down, but we use 2 tablespoons of...
We ain't cut her down.
We didn't cut down on the bacon grease.
You want to taste it?
Yes, ma'am. Let's give it... It's going to be supper. Did you toast some toast?
Oh, I will put it in right this second.
You don't have to have anything with it. That's starting to bubble there. Look at that.
You want it toasted anyway? Okay.
Yeah. Let's have a piece of toast and tomato gravy. You can have biscuits. We have some leftover rolls here, but you can have biscuits, or you can eat this with mashed potatoes. There's some leftover mashed potatoes in there, Mama.
Oh, yeah, I might have to get them out. Me and my potatoes.
You can. They're delicious poured over potatoes like you would gravy. Either way, that's delicious.
I forgot what I come up here to get for it.
Now, sometimes we have these with pork chops and mashed potatoes. Sometimes we have this in the summertime with fried chicken mashed potatoes. We've used this for a side for years, but we've also eaten it as a main dish for years. Give me that salt and pepper. I can scoot you over a little bit.
Oh, I was going to get another plate. Then one don't.
They don't have to match, Mama. They're both clean.
Oh, here's one. I like from the bill.
You like this is my granny's set. The blue is Mama's set. This was just Granny's gray set. I guess we can turn this down. It's done what it's doing. And that way we'll be able to eat it instead of sitting here all night waiting for it to cool. So what else are y'all up to? I got grits. Pamela, you got grits and pie. A lot of people have never heard of tomato gravy, but it's so simple to fix and it's so easy to get on the table. And it's, like I said, it's been a staple my whole life. We've always had tomato gravy. My papa made it.
I was raised on it.
Mama was raised on it, and she's 74. So it's not a new thing. Not in the South.
Might have been just for our family with some Indian support that we ate whatever we had.
I got a whiff of pepper too.
I got it down my throat bad, I tell you.
That coffee sure is good.
I thought I was going to have to go leave. I was coughing so much.
Eat your toast.
It's not come up yet. Just as soon as it pops up here, we'll get it.
Toast in tomato gravy is delicious. Toast or tomato gravy and biscuits is delicious. Cornbread, it's good with cornbread. I guess one of my favorite ways is fried chicken and mashed potatoes and tomato gravy. That's a good way to eat it. I just like all those combos. I like my tomato gravy over my mashed potatoes, or at least eat about a mashed potato. Eat them. Didn't take you long to look at toast?
No, I looked at it fast.
Don't take long to look at toast when it comes out of that toaster, does it?
Did you turn that off?
It's off, Mama.
It's just keeping that heat in there.
Couldn't get it hot enough, now you can't get it cool enough.
Yeah, I'm afraid it's going to scorch it, but it ain't that bad.
No, dip us up a little bit, Mama.
I sure will.
You're in charge of the spoon tonight.
want it on or in the middle, not you?
In the middle. That's good, Mama.
No, I'm a good dipper.
You are a good dipper-upper, I'll tell you that.
I hope that won't get too hot.
Just slide it over. It won't get too hot over there.
No, there ain't no heat up there. That'll take care of it.
All right, Mama, let's bless it. This is supper. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this wonderful meal. We thank you for the precious hands that prepared it, dear Lord, and we just ask you to watch over us, lead and guide and direct us, dear Lord. Be with each and every prayer request that's out there, dear Lord. Remember all those that are hurting and suffering from the recent tragedies of the flood and those who lost lives, dear Lord. Just be with their families. And Lord, we just pray that you'll be with our country and be with our the people and put a hedge of protection about us. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
You didn't get very much, Mama.
Oh, I got a lot. 2 spoons.
Let's enjoy our first bite here.
It'll be scalding.
That's what it looks like up close. Good old tomato gravy.
Mm.
Mama, that's hot.
I know it's hot. It'd take me long to taste it.
That's a delicious run, Mama. You can taste the gravy. You can taste the bacon flavor in it. You can taste the tomatoes for sure. It's just delicious. It's good over rice.
If you don't like warm tomatoes, you sure won't want this.
No. It's delicious over rice. It's delicious over mashed potatoes. It's delicious by itself. And it's delicious on toast. I like it on toast. This is definitely the quick version. If you're not making anything else, just make your gravy, pop you in some toast, and you have a wonderful meal. Now, Mama, that does taste better than mine.
I don't think so.
You don't?
Mm-mm.
I think you did a good job. Mine tastes similar to yours, but it seems to always taste a little different to me.
Maybe you don't get your flour done enough.
I tried. I've analyzed it to see what could I be doing wrong, and I haven't had anything come up yet.
The flour's not cooked good. You can taste it.
I try to cook it, but then I don't
right
want to
on the
overcook
bag,
it.
don't eat raw flour.
Yeah, I try not to overcook it, but I try to cook it well.
We always eat raw cookie dough.
You do?
Not now, I don't, but when I was young, we'd eat.
I don't remember you making a lot of regular cookies here when I was a kid.
You
No bakes, yes.
You wanted no bakes every time. There's
Maybe that's
cookies
why.
each.
But like making
Oatmeal raisins.
raisins or something, like buying cookie dough and cutting it and stuff like they do now.
Yeah. Oh, I never did get that.
I sort of say I don't remember you eating any raw cookie dough. That's a winner. Winner, winner.
And taste that bacon in it.
And tomorrow night we'll have a chicken dinner. This chicken is going to marinate overnight, and it will marinate all day tomorrow, and it will be so good. And we're going to grill it up in a skillet. I'm not going to grill it outside or anything. And I'm thinking we're going to, unless Mama changes her mind, we'll probably have some kind of white sauce, maybe some noodles and chicken. Chicken Alfredo or chicken, I don't know. Mama, you going to make homemade for Alfredo tomorrow?
I ain't gonna make homemade. That's your line of.
We may have Alfredo already made.
They have a jar in there. They may have.
Now, we do use cheater Alfredo sometimes. There's nothing wrong with using a prepackaged product, folks. If it tastes good and it feeds your family and you've worked hard all day, there's nothing wrong with using it. I do recommend everybody know how to make the original, just in case you start to use it one day and go, my jar of Alfredo's gone, or my jar of spaghetti sauce is gone. We do make homemade spaghetti sauce here often. But if we've got a jar and it's quicker and it's easier and it tastes good, hey,
go for it.
We're going to save a little time. Anything else you want to add tonight, Mama?
No, I'm stuffing with this. I'm glad we didn't fix nothing else with it.
It is filling. I guess the gravy is,
the flour.
The flour and the carbs is what it is. With the toast and the tomato gravy, it's delicious. I recommend a good homemade biscuit if you want to make one. And if you want to, mashed potatoes and chicken, that's awful good. Mashed potatoes and pork chop is awful good. This would probably been good with that ham we had yesterday. I don't know if really anything it wouldn't be good with. You, Mama?
No.
I mean, it's a good tomato.
You work so late, it's hard to get a big meal in other nights.
And we try to do stuff.
And we don't need a big meal every night.
We try to do stuff that we can get a finished product to you all. Sometimes we may have to show you a picture later or something, but we try to think of stuff we can fix and completely from start to finish get it done so y'all can see the finished product. But folks, this is country tomato gravy. It's been tried and true for over 74 years.
I didn't eat it when I was teeny tiny.
I bet Papa was making it.
Oh, he made it all along.
I didn't say it was tried and true just by you.
Like I said, we ate what we had on hands. But we all liked this, and
it's delicious.
We liked it.
Y'all try it. The recipe's simple. I'll tell you one more time. It's 2 tablespoons of bacon drippings, 2 tablespoons of self-rising flour. Put all that in there, stir it down with a spoon. Get all the flour, let it cook, let it brown. The grease and the flour will get a light caramelized brown on it.
And salt and pepper.
Put your salt and pepper to taste in there, however much you want. Make it exactly like you would breakfast gravy, milk gravy. And at the point that your grease and your flour is brown enough to add the cream and the water or the milk or whatever you normally add to your breakfast gravy, that's when you put your tomatoes in. You want your tomatoes. Now, we didn't do one thing tonight that we have normally in the past because of time. Mama will usually dice those tomatoes up, put them in a bowl with a little bit of salt, and let them get plenty of liquid.
I don't do that.
And we didn't do that tonight, but that's a good step to take. But as you see, we didn't, and it worked out fine because these tomatoes had a lot of juice.
You need to cut your tomatoes if you're by yourself instead of Johnny cut them up, but have them already in the bowl. You don't want to just take one tomato and cut it up in it and then another. Right. You want to kind of put them together. Like
if Mama was making this by herself, she peeled the tomatoes, she would have diced them up, put them in the bowl, sprinkled just a touch of salt on them.
Yeah. Let
them start rendering out their waters. Had it setting there, then she would have started her grease and her flour and then browned it with salt and pepper, and then when she got ready to add it, it would already be in there and they would have a little bit more juice. These are perfectly fine, and those tomatoes were extra juicy, so
and I didn't add any water to these. They made their own.
They made their own.
When they started, where it was hotter.
Once they start cooking, they'll make their own water real quick, kind of like cabbage. And then they kind of cook down. But you can make this for 1 or 22. It don't matter. It's just, you can just make it. You just might have to have a bigger skillet. But
they get a little bit of
it's good. It's real good. Anything else, Mama?
Not that I know of.
All right, y'all have a blessed day. Enjoy yourselves. It's pretty here, but it's pretty hot too. It's still 88. I guess it's still 88.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Mama says, yeah, she can see with her glasses.
No, I can't see that far. I just know what it's shaped like from over.
I promise you, used to, I could see the time, which I can see the time, but I could also see the temperature really well.
I think she was downsized or something.
I think she's being sneaky. Alexa, are you being sneaky? I think she is. Mama, you got anything else?
No.
I'm happy to hear how I can improve. I can only say, I have feedback.
She said she was happy to hear that she could improve. That's a good positive comeback, Alexa. Thank you.
She answers Johnny sometimes.
Sometimes she answers even when I ain't talking to her.
She'll say, John.
Good morning, John. All right, we're going to get off here, leave you folks alone. Thank you all for joining us. Spread the page around. We've had several new people. I don't know how the algorithm thing works, but it seems like sometimes we'll hear from a lot of new folks. Then we go for a long time, we don't hear from any new folks, and then poof, we have more new folks. So spread it around, and we'll have more new folks, and we have our regular folks, and just join the family. We appreciate you all. We really sincerely do. We thank you for the stars, the hearts, the thumbs ups, and helping Mama with Tupperware. Mama loves Tupperware. That's her primary goal. Her primary job, she tells people she's a Tupperware lady. Second is she's a cookbook lady. So she works full time. Mama's got a desk, and you wouldn't believe it. I don't think it can hold much more.
It's going to fly away.
That's an old Southern saying. If something just is a mess, you
Tile
say,
to the ceiling.
you say, "Whew, that's going to fly away." Y'all ever heard that? Did your mama ever tell you that? This room's going to fly away. I've been
There's so
told that
much
plenty
on
of
this
times.
bar, it's going to fly away.
We hear that often. But anyway, Mama stays busy, don't you, Mama?
Yeah, I'm busier. I'm a lazy person now. I want to sleep. Me and Maggie's got spoiled to our little naps.
Mama has incorporated a morning nap and an afternoon nap.
Well, I've not had neither one today.
I know, Mama, you've been working in there on Tupperware. A lot of the Tupperware specials ends Wednesday. All that vintage stuff we showed you the picture of, the tumbler, the pictures and all that, that in the post. You can go to our main page and see the latest post I put up. All that ends Wednesday. So if you have your eye on those vintage tumblers.
Is that the 10th, I believe? No, the 11th, ain't it? I forgot.
Wednesday.
Whatever date Wednesday.
I don't know what today's date is really right now. 13th?
No, today's the 9th.
No, I'm talking about Wednesday. It's Wednesday.
9th, 10th, 11th.
The 11th. Some date. Wednesday. When the W pops up on your calendar. Oh, Mama, we're both slap happy. We're so tired.
This is the first, registration day. They didn't actually, they went to school and registered and done everything.
Our kids are back in school. Can you believe that?
It was so strange to see the school bus. I've not seen it all summer, and then I thought, what's the school bus doing out? And I thought, oh, restoration day.
You people aren't used to those school zones. Please be careful. And watch for those little kids out on the side of the road of the morning waiting on the school bus.
Start a few minutes extra so you can look out and slow down for them.
Yeah, we love our kids. Folks, we're going to go. We appreciate y'all joining us, like we said, and hope you try this tomato gravy. If you try it, add it to the post and say, tried it, love it, tried it, hate it, whatever you think, just let us know.
It may be a required taste, like where I'm used to it. I think it tastes real good
I think it tastes real good too.
But you've had it all your life, because I've
been raised on it.
Yeah.
In fact, it's a rite of passage in the summer. We have to have tomato gravy. A summer without tomato gravy would be like Christmas without a tree. This would be quite the same. This is our first time having it, but we've had a real struggle with red tomatoes. We've had a few green, and they turn red, but we've not had a bunker crop, have we, Mama?
No, it's been bad. And I've heard several other people having problems, and then other people's having tons of them. So I don't know what the problem is.
We're the people not having many. So you...
Yeah, we are.
I do still want to do a tomato pie. I like to do certain things every year, at least once. Tomato pie, tomato gravy.
I want some sweet and scallop tomatoes.
Sweet and scallop tomatoes and some...
I may just have to resort to store-bought canned tomatoes for some of that.
We can. In fact, a friend of mine sent me a recipe today for tomato pie with store-bought tomatoes. So it was the best they ever tried. Probably better than the homegrown. I thought, well, I guess. I like the store-bought ones, but we usually use homegrown if we can. But I may try it with the store-bought.
I've got a few cans left from last year, but I like to save them for soups in the winter because
of the
soups
flavor.
are so good with a quart of canned tomatoes.
You know, as soon as the first cool day hits, I want a bowl of vegetable soup. Mama's vegetable soup. All right, Mama, we said 4 goodbyes. That's enough for Southern
Yeah.
goodbyes. Y'all have a great and a blessed night. Enjoy yourselves. Wake up in the morning with a whole fresh attitude. It'll be a brand new day and a brand new start. And we
It's
just want
the first day of the rest of your life.
Amen. Y'all have a great night. Say goodbye, Mama.
Goodbye, Mama, and God bless you all. Bye-bye.
Bye, y'all.